I want to show you my go-to lunch, which brings me so much joy. That is the key to sustaining healthy habits. There was a period of time when I just kind of I won't use the word brainwashed, but I have felt guilty for using things like oily products because I love flavor. So because of my personal situation, I am, a physician would say I'm very healthy. My blood markers look perfect. I'm a healthy weight. I have a healthy BMI, blah, blah, blah. I feel good. I feel strong. However, for me, there's always room for improvement. So I want to share with you my go-to lunch. This is not sponsored, but you guys know by now, I love Ezekiel, and they make wraps. I don't buy this because it's flourless. I have no problems with flour, but these have a bunch of sprouted whole grains. A little while ago, I shared my kind of meal prep hack. So there's always a green. This is kale that's been chopped up, washed, dried, and then I just stick the paper towel in there to soak up any excess moisture. I have a bunch of chickpeas that I throw in the Instant Pot, but we also do canned chickpeas. And then the whole grain of choice this week was barley. I was going to say farro. This is barley. And I'm not going to use barley in these wraps because the whole grain is coming from these guys. I also have this beautiful fruit. These cherries looked like just the bomb. They look so delish. And then these strawberries also look amazing. So these are not organic. I do not stress about buying organic or non. I just look at what looks good. In terms of the pesticide use, there's pesticides used in both organic and non. Very different opinions on which is better. I'm not going to go there. I'm just going to say you just eat whatever fruit you love. So we've got our wraps, and these ones I've tried toasting them, but then they kind of get all crumbly, so I no longer toast them. I do store these in the fridge, and you can see how pliable they are. Do I prefer them warmed? That would be nice, but they really don't need to be. They're actually very tasty. Oh yeah, nice and fresh. What is in them, you ask? Let's see. Organic sprouted wheat, sesame seeds, sprouted barley, sprouted millet, sprouted lentils, sprouted soybeans. So we've got some good protein going on in here. Dudes, these two, 14 grams of protein. 14 grams of protein. Many times I see these posts that are like, there's 7 grams in protein in this little thing of shredded Parmesan cheese. Protein is good. We need it. But you can get protein in many other sources. Okay, because I'm a saucy girl, I'm going to put some of my pesto. I made this amazing arugula, cilantro, pine nut pesto. The recipe, the method is on the channel. Because this is kind of high fat, because there are the pine nuts. Again, because I'm a high fat girl. I love me my flavor. I'm also going to add in some mayo. Normally I do veganaise. I think that's the best flavor, but I thought let's try something a little different. Slather that on a little bit. And you know what this does is it just makes the whole experience so pleasurable that I stick with it. You know what I'm saying? I have shown you that very fancy mustard that I love, but today we're just going to go with something super basic. Shake it up so you don't get that mustard juice. Okay. So basic and so delicious. And I'm getting all of my nutrients. I never measure out my food. I don't count my calories. I do not weigh my food. So I'm just going to kind of split this up. And this right there is enough protein. Protein! I say it that way because we're so obsessed about protein. This is enough protein to last me, I don't know, the majority of the day. Okay, so I'm going to salt this a little bit because it is not seasoned. Let's do some pepper. And I feel like something spicy, something like a Frank's Red Hot or like a sriracha, but I do not have that. So do some pre-chopped kale. I've already washed it, dried it, chopped it. There we go. I've got my greens. So here we've got our raw veg So that's like check. I've got my healthy protein, my legumes. So that's a check. I've got my whole grains. That's a check. What else do I need? Any other vegetables? So because I don't have that spice that I'm kind of craving, I have some other options. I've got some chopped Calabrian peppers, but I don't really feel like those right now. I've got these Greek pepperoncinis, and they will do just fine. Not only are they crunchy, but they're not spicy, but they'll give me at least a little bit of kick. And again, it just brings me joy. So that's the key. We have to bring the joy, right? If you want to sprinkle some of this jus on here, you could do that. But I'm going to go with a beautiful fresh lemon instead, and then call it a day. Oh yeah, mama. If you want to add oil to this to make it even tastier, be my guest. However, you're going to be adding on quite a few calories and a lot of fat. And although there's nothing wrong with that, we need calories and we need fat. But if I eat like that on a regular basis, I will just start expanding that way. And my clothes will not fit as nicely. So that's why I'm going to skip that. And then this is my wrap. I just kind of... So there's my little pocket of food, and there you go. You want the first bite?